I didn't check in with them yet this morning, but they're both a little bit sore. They were yesterday. I held them off, and we held them off yesterday. They were just sore. So what that means now, I'll find out. But I don't expect either in the lineup tonight. And I think there's no reason to do that if they can recover fully soon. As we've taken the route with lots of young guys. I think it was this time last year, Quinn, Krebs, and Peterka were healthy scratches, and we knew they would come back better. These guys are not healthy scratches, but they're banged up, and in no sense having them fight through it with other capable guys ready to fill in.
With Benson, do you look at it, because you've told us many times for a young player, sometimes it's good for him just to take a breath.
Very.
And so do you think in this case
it
might apply to Benson also?
For every player and any player, when you can take a breath in the middle of an NHL season, or within an NHL season, I should say, there's benefits to it. And we've seen that with player after player in the past, and I don't think that's any different. If Levi and Benson it's an opportunity to take a step back. Obviously, I think both their ailments here, they could probably play through, but they're not going to be 100%. And for us, it's, then the question is why do that to them when you know there's going to be a benefit of them being able to just take a breath for a game. And we saw that. I stood here a year ago and said, don't sweat the fact that Jack Quinn is out of the lineup tonight. He's going to be better the next game, and he was. And same with Peterka and Krebs last year. Eric, I mean, he keeps himself very, very ready to play, prepares very well. Even in the preseason, he worked so hard that he looked normal even then, to me. So.
As far as Victor goes, we've been around him a while, and he seems to understand the process. He's kind of gotten better. But when he goes through something like he did last year, then he gets scratched right away. Even for him, how difficult would that be to handle?
Every player, it affects every player significantly when you're not in the lineup. I mean, these guys want to play hockey. It didn't happen right away because he played the first couple games, and then we wanted to get the next guy in there, so somebody had to come out. And I think he understands it from that perspective. We're not scratching guys we don't like. If you have 23 healthy guys, you only have 20 roster spots. So. I mean, there's not much to say about it. It's what happens in the league, and he keeps himself very well prepared. He is a player that that everybody that knows him will like him. He works hard. He's committed to his team. So, when you inform him that he's not in a lineup, it doesn't, you get no pleasure out of it as a coach. That's for sure, because. He is and prepares to play well and play his hardest.
What was your impression of the lines yesterday? How it looked?
They were the lines that we kind of finished the year with last year. I say kind of the last 7 to 8 games when Thompson had a nagging injury. He was struggling taking faceoffs because of the injury. We put Cousins with him, Middlestead with Tuck and Skinner. And they were good a year ago. And so for me, I went back to some familiarity with all of us, with the players themselves, with us as coaches. And we absolutely need to get out of our heads a little bit and just play. We did not look at play the style we have played to our identity yet this year. And you ask yourself as a coach, what are the reasons that could be contributing to this? We've shifted focus on some things that you guys know, specifically defending things like the penalty kill. And, we're getting results where we've shifted focus, but have we overlooked playing more to our identity, trying to build and add to what we didn't have a year ago? And how much is that pulling our guys out of their rhythm and stuff? So sometimes at your disposal, you have the players might have been joking around about putting the players in a mixer and seeing what comes out for lines, but it's not what we did. But the objective is to, get them out of their heads a little bit and get us playing with a little bit more energy and passion. And that's not to say we didn't have energy and we don't have passion. I just think we did some things tactically the other night that you play a slower game when you do those things tactically, and we've switched that around.
What's your sense of how Devin has handled kind of a whirlwind week playing 4 games, just mentally? Obviously, he's got the injuries dealing with, but mentally, how do you feel like he's come through?
I think the end result is great. You want him to get some. We wanted to get him more challenge, because I think greater challenge, greater adversity is going to help him acclimate faster and grow him faster. So thrusting him in for 4 games, that was a bit of the method for us too. To give him. This is brand new for him compared to Comrie and compared to Upi. We wanted him to feel a little bit of the grind. We certainly didn't want him to have to play through the injury, and nagging within the game the other night. But at that point, he could get through the game, and now you have that information, and it's an easy answer to say, hey, step back right now. So I think I think that's exactly what he needed to get him to the next level now. He has a lot more hindsight, having grinded out 4 games in a row, than he would have otherwise. Now, we'll get him the rest until that injury feels good, and I'm sure he's going to be even better from that experience of 4 games.
Just to help Eric, I mean, he performed well in the preseason games. Plus, he has drawn on this kind of experience before in Winnipeg when he backed up Hellebuck and performed very well, put up some very nice numbers. Do you think he can draw on this rather well, maybe than some other goaltenders, not playing for however long it's been since his last preseason?
His experience in this position, I think, is what you're saying. Being a backup to Connor Hellebuck when you don't get a lot of games, or there's a lot of time in between games, and then some pressure when you go in a game, because obviously Hellebuck, played well. So Comrie, I think, is fits for this. It goes back to it's not just we kept 3 goalies. It's who are the 3 goalies we kept, and Comrie is very acclimated to this. This has been his entire career playing in this, and Upi's still young in his career, and so is Levi's now. So I think Comrie's a good fit for this. My guess is the other goaltender in the net tonight will be in the same situation, having not played this year. But I do feel very comfortable in Eric's preparation. He's proven that through his entire career.
Thanks.
Yep.